Hello and welcome to our look at the Thursday, September 18th trading session. In front of you, I have the economic calendar as per, and you can see that we do have quite a bit of announcements coming out. However, by far, not even close, as far as anything else, by far the focus of attention will be the Scottish independence referendum vote. That being said, there are a few other things out there, but really, even with core retail sales, which would normally move the markets, and retail sales in Great Britain, hard to think that it's going to suddenly be as important as whether or not Scotland's part of the kingdom. So we will more than likely see nothing come out of that. This will be a very US-centric trading session until the results of that vote come out. Obviously, if the Scottish stay, that's good for the pound and the FTSE, but the announcement really won't come out until after the FTSE closes, so look to the pound. But beyond that, we think this is going to be more or less a U.S. stock market type of day. Now, with that, let's take a look at some of the announcements that could make a difference. We have building permits coming out at 8:30 New York time. Expected to be a little bit over 1 million. That's a good economic indicator as far as expansion of the economy. Probably not something that will move the market directly, but we also have Janet Yellen speaking, so that of course could move the market. Regardless, the stock markets in general look fairly healthy. We think pullbacks will continue to be buying opportunity. In the stock market's initial jobless claims could move the market as well. There are a lot of different things. If these numbers are generally good, it's going to be good for the U.S. stock markets, S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones. Beyond that, probably not a whole lot going on that's going to move the market. Philadelphia Federal Reserve Manufacturing Index coming out at 23 tends to give you an idea of what the Atlantic seaboard's doing, so that can move the markets as well. But that's generally one of those things that will only move the markets if we have some type of shock. Probably not expecting that, and with the FMOC statement coming out during the session on Wednesday, it'll probably be overshadowed by that. Truthfully, at the end of the day, this is all about the UK and Scotland. With that being said, let's take a look at a couple of charts. Okay, let's get the United States out of the way first, a little bit backwards from what we usually do. The S&P 500 is supported down at 1980 and resisted at 2010. Any pullback at this point in time should be looked at as a potential opportunity to buy calls. Buying puts probably going to be a little bit difficult at this point in time, just simply because we are most obviously in an uptrend. That being said, we may have to sit on this for a day or two and wait for the opportunity to express a bullish opinion, but really there's nothing on this chart whatsoever that has me thinking about selling the S&P 500 at the moment. Lastly, you can see that the British pound is trying to break out, and it has gone a bit higher. We've pulled back a little bit towards the end of the day, but for my money, I believe that the smart money is starting to front run that vote. A lot of the punters will come in as soon as that vote comes out or it looks obvious and just drive this thing through the ceiling. 166 is a very realistic opportunity. Because of this, I'm very bullish of the pound dollar and do in fact believe in buying dips, buying the calls. Of course, no interest whatsoever in buying puts unless, of course, Scotland leaves, which is very unlikely. All we have to do is look to history in the referendum in Quebec, for example. Very similar situation. So that being said, I'm very bullish of the British pound at the moment. Lastly, looking over at the FTSE, you can see that we have pulled back a little bit during the day, but really this is just consolidation. We get good news out of Scotland, you will see this market move much higher. And in fact, I believe that some people will probably be trying to front run that vote somewhere in this area. So with that, I think that buying calls might be the way to go, but we may have to wait 24 hours to do so. And with that, I've taken a look at the upcoming and vital Thursday, September 18th trading session.